Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi held a phone conversation on Wednesday with his counterpart of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, with both sides vowing to promote bilateral cooperation. In the phone call, Wang said that this year is of great significance to both countries, noting that this year marks the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Communist Party of China, CPC, and also the 50th anniversary of the founding of the UAE. Noting that bilateral relations have maintained a high level of development, Wang said that Chinese President Xi Jinping cherishes the mutual trust and friendship established with Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. The China-UAE relationship has always been placed in an important position in China's Middle East diplomacy, Wang said, adding that China firmly supports the UAE to safeguard sovereignty, security and stability, and supports the UAE to independently explore a development path in line with its national conditions. China appreciates the valuable and firm support given by the UAE on issues involving China's core interests and major concerns, and is willing to work with the UAE to uphold the basic norms of international relations such as non-interference in internal affairs, and jointly defend the international equity and justice, Wang said. Noting that important progress has been made in vaccine cooperation between the two countries, Wang said China will continue to make every effort to ensure the UAE's vaccine procurement needs, fully support the smooth operation of the bilateral project of vaccines filling production line, and help the UAE and other countries in the region to secure an early victory over the COVID-19 pandemic. China is glad to see the UAE play a more active role in safeguarding regional and world stability, Wang said, extending congratulations to the UAE on its appointment as a non-permanent member of the United Nations, UN, Security Council from 2022 to 2023. China stands ready to maintain close strategic communication and coordination with the UAE to safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of emerging economies and developing countries, Wang said, adding that China is also ready to fully support the UAE in hosting the Expo 2020 Dubai. In view of the common expectations and the current challenges that the international community faces, especially the impact of the pandemic on the economic development and improvement of people's livelihood in developing countries, Wang said that President Xi delivered an important speech at the general debate of the 76th session of the UN General Assembly, proposing a global development initiative, which will help the international community to reach consensus on common development issues, and contribute to the success of the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. For his part, Sheikh Abdullah said that the UAE highly appreciates the great achievements made by CPC since its founding 100 years ago, expressing belief that China's prosperity and progress are of great significance to promoting world development. The UAE attaches great importance to developing relations with China, he said, extending gratitude to China for its strong support in fighting the pandemic as well as its support for the UAE's hosting of the Expo 2020 Dubai. The UAE always upholds the basic norm of non-interference in internal affairs, and firmly adheres to the One China policy, he said, adding that the UAE stands ready to work with China to continue to enhance the friendship between the two peoples and make joint efforts for a better prospect of cooperation between the two countries. The UAE pays attention to and supports the important initiative put forward by President Xi in the general debate of the UN General Assembly, and looks forward to more international cooperation with China, he added. The two sides also exchanged views on tackling climate change and agreed to make joint efforts to achieve the transition to green development.